What if the storm wasn't the enemy? What if the storm wasn't the problem? What if it was the test? No warning, no shelter, just you and what's left when comfort burns off. Most run, most scream, most break loud, but some, they don't beg the sky to stop. They go still, they tighten the grip, they walk in, and when the chaos clears, they're still there. Not because they were lucky, but because they were ready. This isn't philosophy, it's survival. And it's older than time. Stoicism isn't for when life is calm, it's for when life is war. The world breaks loud men first. The loudest men crack first, the ones who bark online, who flex, who always have something to say. The storm hits, they fold. Because strength that needs to be seen isn't strength at all. Stoicism doesn't shout, it doesn't prove, it just endures. The ones who walk through fire, they're quiet. Not because they're weak, but because they're busy. Busy holding the line. Busy controlling the one thing that still listens, themselves. So if life feels loud, go still. Because the world breaks loud men first. But the quiet ones, they bend, they hold, they become something else. Control what you can, release what you can't. The mind breaks when it tries to hold what was never meant to be held. The weather, the traffic, the words of strangers, the past, their opinions, their mistakes. Let it go, not because it's easy, but because it's useless. Control's a blade, but it only cuts when you keep it close. Pull it back, focus on what bends when you grip it. Your thoughts, your breath, your reaction. You don't need the world to calm down. You just need your hands off its throat. Ask it every time, is this mine to hold? If not, drop it and walk away lighter than them all. The obstacle isn't blocking the path. It is the path. You thought it was in the way, the setback, the loss, the silence. But what if that was it, the lesson? The route, the real way forward? The obstacle doesn't ask permission, it doesn't explain, it just arrives. And you either fight it or follow it. Not around, not over, through. Every hard thing is a teacher. Every delay a mirror, every fall a blueprint. The Stoics knew, what blocks the way becomes the way. So stop waiting for ease, build from friction, because sometimes the thing you hate most is the very thing that shapes the version of you you've been chasing. Live where your feet are. The mind wanders, the feet don't. Right here, you're alive. But your thoughts, they're in a fight from last week, a future that hasn't happened, a story that may never be real. Bring them back. You can't fix tomorrow. You can't edit yesterday. You only have this breath, this beat, this step. So take it like it matters, because it does. The present isn't small, it's everything. Miss it, and you miss your life. Stay where your feet are, and let the rest fade. Discipline over feelings. If you wait to feel like it, you'll wait forever. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It shows up, it moves, it cuts through fog. Because feelings lie, they shift, they beg for comfort, they scream for the easy way. But discipline, it's deaf. It doesn't flinch. It remembers who you said you'd be when it was quiet. So build it. One rep, one refusal, one small, invisible choice when no one's clapping. Discipline is freedom in armor. It's pain turned into pattern, and it won't always feel good, but it will always take you further than feelings ever could. Feel, then stand. You're allowed to break, to ache, to feel it all. That's not weakness, that's proof you're still human. But don't stay there. Feel, then stand. Wipe your face, fix your breath, find your feet. Because pain isn't here to drown you, it's here to reveal you. Let it pass through, not around, not under. Let it burn, let it teach, but don't let it chain you. The Stoics never said don't feel. They said don't be ruled, so feel what needs to be felt. Then get up like it never had the power to keep you down. Remember, you will die. Not to scare you, to wake you. You think you have time, you don't. Not for grudges, not for waiting, not for chasing things that don't feed your soul. Memento mori, remember death, not as shadow, but as spotlight. Because when you realize this breath could be the last, you start breathing like it matters. You speak clearer, you cut the noise, you choose differently. Death isn't the end, it's the mirror. It shows you what's real. and what's just noise dressed in urgency. So look at it, not with fear, but with fire. Live like you were meant to be gone by midnight, then see how honest your life becomes. Gratitude built from pain. Gratitude isn't just saying thank you, it's looking pain in the face and whispering, I see what you gave me. It's not about sunsets and coffee. It's about scars that taught, loss that clarified, wounds that forced you inward. The Stoics knew happiness doesn't come from getting more. It comes from needing less, from seeing what's left after everything falls. Gratitude isn't passive, it's war-tested. It's a decision to notice, to name, to hold even the worst days with open hands. Not because they were good, but because they made you stronger. So don't just count blessings, count the breaks that built you. Be excellent when no one sees. Virtue isn't performance, it's who you are when no one's clapping. Be honest, not for credit. Be kind when it costs you. Keep your word when it hurts. Excellence isn't a show, it's a code. One you follow when the room is empty, when the lights are off, when it's just you and the mirror. The Stoics didn't preach to crowds. They wrote in silence. They bled in private. They lived in alignment, not for applause, but for peace. So aim higher than being liked. Aim for being whole, because when no one's watching is exactly when it counts most. Your worth isn't voted on. You don't need their likes, their praise, their permission. You were born enough. The Stoics didn't seek applause. They sought alignment, not louder, truer. Stop asking the world who you are. It doesn't know. It changes its mind every day. You want peace? Detach your value from their reaction. Stand in your truth, even when it's quiet, even when no one claps. Because your worth isn't a trend. It's not negotiable. It's not up for vote. It's built in. So stop performing. Start remembering. Flow with change. Cut what sinks. Change isn't the threat. Clinging is. You're not drowning because the tide shifted. You're drowning because you won't let go. The Stoics didn't fear change. They flowed with it. They adjusted the sails. Adaptation isn't weakness, it's strategy. Let it move. Let it break your plans. Let it show you what still holds and what doesn't. If it's dragging you down, cut it. The world will keep shifting, so stop resisting. Start steering. You don't need everything to stay. You just need to know what's worth carrying when the current turns. See others. Really see them. Everyone's carrying something. Most just don't show it. The anger, the silence, the mask. Look past it. Compassion isn't weakness, it's depth. The Stoics weren't cold, they were clear. They saw pain and didn't flinch. That's strength. So listen longer, judge slower, help quietly. Even the hardest men need soft eyes sometimes. Kindness isn't noise, it's precision. A word, a gesture, a presence when it matters. Be that. Not for praise, but because we all break the same. And sometimes, being seen is what stops someone from falling apart. Review the war. Every night. Don't just move. Measure. Don't just survive. Study. The Stoics ended their days with questions, not regrets. Where did I fall? Where did I rise? What did I carry that wasn't mine? Reflection is the weapon most ignore. It's how you sharpen tomorrow's edge. Not for guilt, for growth. So before you sleep, go back. Run the tape. Face the truth, cut what failed, keep what held, and if today broke you, good. That means it showed you what still needs to be built. Tomorrow you begin again, wiser, quieter, sharper. Don't exist, become. Existing is easy. You breathe, you scroll, you repeat. But becoming, that's different. It hurts, it strips, it demands. No more autopilot, no more waiting, no more hoping someone saves you. This life is yours, no one's coming, no one owes you, no one can do it for you. So choose, to be sharp, to be still, to be unshakable, even when no one claps. You've heard the words, now bleed them, live them, prove them without ever needing to say them. Not motivation, not hype, becoming quiet, raw, relentless.